Howdy, folks, and welcome to another episode of Inside RIC Athletics. I'm Cody Chalifoux, and today I'm joined by Madison Medbury, the women's basketball team. Maddie, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me, Cody.
So, we've talked to a few of your teammates so far this year, and no surprise, women's basketball team, again, one of the top and the little least. You guys have had a really tough beginning of the year with the schedule, had a lot of tough games, but ever since then, it's been nothing but W's in the column. What kind of resiliency has your team shown, especially in the beginning of the season? Coming off a little bit slow, but then really picking back up, and this is the team that we're used to seeing.
I think the team has shown a lot of resiliency, and honestly, I think the beginning of the season was just, getting all of that bad stuff out and trying to figure out how we want to play together and what the theme of the year is going to be and how we're all going to play together. So
right, obviously, March, you guys have that circle on your calendar, have to get through January and February before you get there, but you guys want to make a deep tournament run last year. How was the experience of last year? You guys were one and done last year in the tournament, a very close game against St. John Fisher. How is that hunger translated for you personally, and then also for the team? Of you want to get back to March, you want to go further on in March. So what has that kind of process been like for you guys?
I think that getting there the first time really kind of set the stage. So now that we've done it already, we want to get there and go farther. I mean, for me personally, I feel the same way as the team. We really just want to get there and show what we can do at this point.
Right, and Coach Cosgrove has nothing but fantastic things to say about you. Every time she comes in the office, always has something great to say. And right now, you're leading the league, the LEC, in assist-to-turnover ratio. As a point guard, how much pride do you have in being able to set up the offense, but also not turn the ball over?
I don't know. I think that a big struggle from last year for me was being able to settle myself down. That was one thing Coach and I have talked about for a long time. Settle myself down and be composed and spread that feeling to the rest of the team and be able to distribute. So that was one thing that I wanted to work on a lot coming into this year. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like my calmness really comes from my teammates because they're always keeping me in it, but I know that I have to also keep everyone on the same level and distribute. So, I mean, the turnover thing, I don't know. Yeah. I just try not to turn the ball over and value each possession, but everything else is really my teammates trying to, keep me.
Right. Well,
it's not just me.
Whatever you're doing, it's working. I'll say that. And, especially as the point guard, you're the leader of that offense and leader of that team, especially Coach Cosgrove being a former guard, and I think she has a lot of expectations for you. And you've hit them all from what I can hear. So
I appreciate that.
Of course. Hey, you're one of my favorite players to watch. Every time you have the ball in your hand, I feel like everyone has to stop and watch because I think your game is a very controlled chaos. Yeah. I like it. You have a lot of playground in your game. I liken it to Jason Kidd, as in he would do all this crazy stuff, but he always knew what he was doing, even if people didn't think. So where does that kind of play style come from? Is that you always had and just kind of worked, or?
I think just growing up, my AAU coach I had for a long time, he also coached my senior year of high school. One of my best coach I've ever had. He's always said, Maddie's either gonna do something you've never seen before, or she's gonna do something bad. It's one or the other. Right. So I mean, I think that it's just me having fun playing. I'd like to say that I think about things like that. No, when I'm playing it and at fast pace, it's really just I'm in the game. I'm so in the game. That's right. What it is.
It's one of those brain shuts off. Basketball is the only thing, and it just moves.
Sometimes
I
blank out. I won't lie.
No, I hear you. I mean, you have an extensive highlight reel already this year. You've had 3 or 4 possessions in a row where it's a behind the back pass. You split the screen. You do all this fun stuff. It's very fun to watch. And
thank you.
You're an incredible athlete. I think what people don't realize is how incredible of an athlete you are. And just looking at your bio, 4-time All-State or whatever it was in soccer. Mm-hmm. Same thing in basketball in high school. The one year you played lacrosse, you won an All-Rookie award. You could have picked any sport and been the best player on that team. So why basketball out of all of that?
Well, funny thing, I actually played soccer at a more competitive level for a long time, and I didn't start playing AAU till 7th grade, mm-hmm. and I played premier soccer from when I was a little kid, up high travel league. And at one point, I just decided that soccer really wasn't my passion. Basketball was really what I wanted to. Right. I had so much more fun playing basketball, and I was a goalie in soccer, so I was either getting a lot of action or getting none.
Right, it's one of those days you have a really good day and a day where you're just kind of sitting there.
Right. So I I just ended up choosing basketball because that was my passion. That's always something that I've had fun doing, and that's really the only sport that's done that for me. Like, I have fun playing sports. In general, I'm a competitive person. That's just how I am. But basketball really is my passion.
Do you think growing up playing a bunch of different sports helped you today? I know a lot of people, some of their kids specialize very early, and other people, like I played 3-4 sports year-round growing up. A lot of kids have. Do you think that's helped you, playing multiple sports through, your formative years?
Yeah, definitely. You get a lot of different things from different sports. It's just like experience, different like team dynamics, all these things. You get a bunch of different things from different sports.
Right. Yeah. So, Maddie, before we get you out of here, I know you're a busy gal. You have a lot of things to do today. We play a game here inside RIC Athletics.
I've heard.
You've heard.
I've heard.
You've been prepped.
Yeah.
So if you've heard, and all our viewers are, it's called Vibe Check. It is a music-based game. You and I are going to be in a car going cross-country, and you're going to tell me if I pass the Vibe Check. All right? I've heard from multiple teammates that you've been selected as one of the best music listeners on the team. So
I think that I just listen to a lot of different genres that a lot of people are just like, no.
So it's someone has, you have something for everyone with all the genres.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. I'm the same way. Trust me, I am the same way. So my favorite genre is shuffle.
Yeah.
I listen to a whole bunch of different things.
I have to say, when I try and make a playlist about one genre, it ends up being a shuffle playlist.
Right.
Because
basically.
I can't just make a playlist like that.
So right now, I have 7,700 songs on my phone. So what I'm going to do is press shuffle. We are going to get it going. The last song I listened to was "Come Over" by Coco Jones. So
Coco Jones.
You know Coco Jones? Yeah. So I was actually just listening to her new album she came out with right before this. So as the internet tries to load up my phone.
And you have Spotify.
Spotify over Apple
Green
Music.
Flag. Yeah, green flag.
So there we go. So here we go. The first song we have, this would load, "Love You Better" by Future.
I like Future. So.
Like Future, yeah. So there's the song if you haven't listened to it in a while, whatever. So that's
what album is it?
That's this newest one.
Oh, okay.
So the newest one, right? So that's number
Future.
one.
I like old Future.
"Started from the Bottom" by Drake.
Yes.
All right, I don't even have to listen to that one.
Great
The
album.
next song, "I Don't Do Drugs" by Doja Cat and Ariana Grande.
I like Doja Cat.
Yeah, I like
And
Doja Cat too.
Grande.
Ariana Grande is filthy. I think her last 2 albums have been extremely good.
I want you to come up with the old tunes for me.
I'm trying. So this is the game. I love the old tunes too. That's my favorite. But this is just
No, it's okay.
"So Am I" by Ty Dolla $ign featuring Damian Marley and Skrillex.
Yeah.
This is a fun one.
Skrillex.
It's a fun one.
Oh, I have heard that before. I do.
All
know
right.
that.
So what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the final song, Maddie. Hopefully we get an old school banger for you. "There Goes My Life" by Kenny Chesney. A little country to finish it
I like
off.
Kenny Chesney, so
Yeah.
I think you passed the vibe check for me.
I do. Wow, look at that. Didn't even have to ask the question, folks. It was an automatic pass. Maddie, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Inside RIC Athletics. Make sure to go over to goanchorman.com for everything Rhode Island College athletics. There, you can find a varsity schedule so you can pick out what games you want to watch at home with a link to the broadcast there, what games you want to come out and see in person, and we'll see you there. Also, there is a broadcast link that goes right to our YouTube channel, which has all of these Inside RIC Athletics archives. So if you want to watch the first one, if you want to watch the next one, you can go to YouTube, subscribe, get notified when those goes up. If you want to watch these live, make sure to check into the broadcast where a lot of these episodes are aired for the first time during halftime of whatever event we are doing. Also, don't forget, Rhode Island College has a radio show that airs every Friday from 4:30 to 5 o'clock on 790 The Score, anchored in athletics. Make sure to check that out. George Bishel, our host, has been doing a fantastic job. More interviews with players, more interviews with coaching, and also more interviews with staff around Rhode Island College. And there on goanchorman.com is also an archived list to watch all those that you've maybe missed or any of the future. So thank you so much. I've been Cody Chalifoux. Have a wonderful rest of your day.